Good morning, everybody. It's your boy D Mac. Let's talk. All right. So you saw the title, Chino Hills Effect. We're going to talk about the Ball brothers. But before I do that, I just want to give a thanks to everybody who tunes in, everybody who gives those likes, everybody who comments and start these conversations. I really love engaging with everybody in the comment section and getting some solutions to our issues and really having some good talks and just chatting with people. I'm a people person, so that's what I love to do. So I appreciate all of you, and I can't wait to get into this story because I got my own little opinions about the Ball brothers and what all these analysts are saying. So let's start off. First thing I want to talk about is all the doubts about the Ball brothers need to stop. Okay. From the day that Lonzo came into the league, we see, okay, yeah, his dad set him up and and what's the name? Magic. They both set him up. You know, they put this high expectation on him that he wasn't able to meet right away. But he's definitely heading to it. Right now, he's in his what? Going on to his fifth season, and he's definitely shown the improvements necessary to be added in that conversation with the Magic Johnson now. And matter of fact, he's a highly touted restricted free agent right now. Everybody wants Lonzo Ball. Why is that? Because Lonzo Ball is exactly what his father and Magic Johnson said he was, just not in the very beginning. It took him some time to get his bearings. He had to fix his shot. In doing so, he increased his 3-point shooting. He increased his free throws. He increased his all-around shot. He's always been a great facilitator. That's not something that he had to work on, and he's always been a good defensive player. So that's not something that he had to work on. And Lonzo has become he's become a high commodity in the NBA right now, and he's only going to get better. So I'm looking forward to that. Now we look at Lonzo. When Lonzo came in his rookie year, he was scoring what 10.2 points per game on average. That was his average his rookie year. You know, and that's just him coming in trying to figure things out. He's with LA. Anybody playing with LA know that there's big major pressure playing with LA. There's an expectation set on you when you put on that purple and gold. And for this young man to come out of UCLA so highly recruited and with so much hype under him, and so much pressure on him, because just think about it. He has two more brothers that's coming behind him. So he's the one that's setting the pace. So the pressure that was on Lonzo Ball is different than pressure that's on the average player coming in for their rookie season. Um, like I said, not only does he have to worry about, setting the stage and establishing himself in the league, he's also got two other brothers coming behind him that he had to pave the way for. And so Lonzo understood that. And I commend him so much on how he was able to take all of the criticism, and because Charles Barkley just attacked that family viciously, and now he's sitting there eating crow and eating a whole lot of it. That's why he's so big now, because all the crow that he had to eat behind the Ball brothers. But Lonzo, in his second year in LA, whenever LeBron got there, his average went down to like 9.9. But that's because you got to feed LeBron. You know what I'm saying? So that was expected. When LeBron comes to town, the ball goes into his hands. So your numbers are gonna go down, which is no problem for Lonzo, because Lonzo is not a selfish player. But you had those guys like Ingram and other people like that who had a problem with that. And so they got rid of Lonzo, they got rid of Ingram, and I think one other guy to the Pelicans for AD. Was that a good trade? I don't think so at all. And that goes to show, because now the Lakers are wanting Lonzo back. So that in itself tells you how good Lonzo Ball really is. And he was good before the Lakers got rid of him. They just want something that was ready made because they don't want to develop players. But now that he's developed, they want him back because they see what he can do and how much of a benefit he can be to their roster. as any team would see that in Lonzo Ball. And so then when he went to the Pelicans, his first year at the Pelicans, his numbers shot back up to 11.8 points averaging per game because they started to put the ball in his hands. They started to give him responsibility. That's what Lonzo needs. Lonzo is not going to buckle under pressure because his father has built him that way. And the rest of his brothers the same way. They're not going to buckle under the pressure that these other guys are buckling under because they had a father who prepared them for the league, who prepared them for the pressure, who prepared them for the criticism. And that's why they're able to take it the way they are. And people are so amazed by it. No, that's what happens when you have a stable father in your life who's active in your growth. That's the type of man that is produced by that. And so whenever we're living in the age that we're living in where masculinity is attacked at every turn, to see a scenario that is highlighting men being raised by a man is not accepted in our society. And it's going to be attacked before anything. And that's exactly what you see with the Ball family. This family has been attacked from day one for the simple fact of the narrative. The narrative is a strong black man raising strong black men in a feminist society because that's what America is becoming right now. Okay. So when you have this, whenever you have this scenario being painted, then I see why there's all the hate for the Ball boys because the Ball family represents strong black men. When you think Lonzo, Leangelo, LaMelo, you're automatically going to think LeVar because they're all three extensions of him. Okay. Much love to his wife, and she's an awesome woman. Salute to her. But this is about the men. The scenario, the whole narrative is about manhood. And this is something that's been discouraged a lot over the past couple of years or so with this whole concept of toxic masculinity. Okay, so getting back to what I was talking about. Now let's talk about LiAngelo a little bit. LiAngelo, we know what went on with him when he was at UCLA, and then when he went over. This is the whole thing that blew up the Ball family. Is when LiAngelo went to China and they went in the Louis Vuitton store and he pocketed some glasses trying to be cool with his friends or whatever. It was a stupid thing, but it was a mistake. And that started the whole snowball because Donald Trump got involved and then LeVar gave pushback on Trump and it just went viral from there. So basically this whole fanfare for the Ball family was created because of LiAngelo. And like LeVar has told us time and time again, LiAngelo is the best scorer out of all three of the boys. Now, you know, I see people saying that LaMelo is the star, LaMelo is the greatest out of all of them. That's a good argument. I can go with that. Okay, LaMelo is probably going to be the most loved, the most exciting, and all of that out of the three brothers because he's the last of the prototypes. You know, like LeVar said, I like how he said. He said it's like making phones. I make them better every time. So LaMelo's definitely going to have some components to his game that his brothers don't. But LiAngelo, let's not forget that this young man did some great things when he played in the JBA. Might I add, without his brothers, because this is the question everybody keeps saying: can LiAngelo play without his brothers? What can he do by himself? And can he hold his own? Look, basketball is basketball. Ain't that what LaMelo say all the time? Look, at the end of the day, it's just basketball. And all those brothers carry that same mentality. You have to understand, like I said before, LeVar conditioned them that way. And so when he signed with the OKC Blue and didn't even get to play, he, you know, played, I think he played one game and then the pandemic hit. So then that was done. But the whole time, this dude has been staying ready. You think LeVar don't have a plan? Come on, y'all have doubted this man so many times, and he's proved the analysts so wrong on so many occasions. When are y'all gonna get tired of being wrong? Are y'all so set on trying to discredit this man that you will make yourselves look like even bigger fools that you already have? Because Charles Barkley, you are the biggest fool out of all of them. You're eating all of that crow, and you might as well glaze it like your donuts because you're gonna eat some more if you have anything else negative to say about this family. Same thing with Stephen A. Same thing with Skip Bayless. Shannon Sharp is kind of on the fence, but he's the same because he was down in the triple B's and saying he wanted his money back for the triple B's and they weren't quality shoes and all of this stuff like that. All of these shoes are made in the same exact place. They're made in that same exact place. They're made in China. Okay, in the same little shops that the Jordans are made in, the same shop that the LeBrons are made in, and every other NBA shoe that we have on the market. They're made in the same place. What's going on, Uncle Vern? You said Zoe Charlotte. Hey, I'm counting on the same thing, man. And I can see it happening for the simple fact. You look at it, Zoe is a restricted free agent. He is a restricted free agent right now. And Charlotte's they still got some money to play around with in their cap. Now they got LiAngelo signed to the summer league team. He ain't wanting a lot of money because LiAngelo ain't hurting for no money. His brothers got him and his dad got him. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't about the money. He just want to play ball. So you get LiAngelo for a steal. You get Lonzo on restricted free agency. Lonzo is not a greedy dude. And so it ain't going to take much to get Lonzo there with his brother. Man, you get all three of them brothers together. And that's what I was alluding to Uncle Bird. Appreciate you for that, sir. That's exactly what I was heading to. Because you have Melo got established. Melo is established in Charlotte now. We already see that Charlotte is building around Melo Ball. Okay. And so now you have Zoe, who upped his game. He fixed his shot. His 3-pointers is up and his field percentage is up. He's always been a defensive threat. Then you have LiAngelo, who's in who's in the summer league. All that is him knocking the rust off, playing with some professionals to see what he can really contribute, to see if they're gonna bring him up during the season. It's all falling into place. And we know Michael Jordan is a gambler, so he don't mind taking a little gamble on something if it's going to be a big payoff in the long run. And what else does Charlotte have to lose? I mean, really, they're a small market team. They haven't had any type of attention since Larry Johnson and what's my man name? Alonzo Mourning them was there. That was the last time because when they left and went to New Orleans and became the New Orleans Hornets, man, they lost the crowd because we wasn't feeling no Bobcats. Charlotte wasn't. You see how we did the Bobcats. We was not feeling that. But then the Hornets realized that, and I appreciate Michael Jordan for bringing the Hornets back to Charlotte where they rightfully belong. That's where the Hornets was created. We came up with the logo. We came up with the colors and all that, man. You say it's a win-win? Yeah, it is a win-win. How can you lose? You're not spending a whole lot of money. You getting three of the greatest combination players to come out of that on Chino Hills, California. And their game haven't went down none. I guarantee you his game. Everybody is saying the same thing about LiAngelo. Well, we don't really know what to say about him. All of the stuff that they were saying about LaMelo, everything that they were saying about LaMelo, they regurgitating that crap about LiAngelo because they just hoping that one of the ball boys fails so that they can say I told you so, because LeVar been making them look like straight fools all the way up to this point. And I don't know how much more of a fool they're gonna make themselves look. But when you got guys who don't really know the game, who haven't really played the game, or who haven't really studied the game, they just go off of analytics. That's like listening to a weatherman. It's the same difference. Listening to these analysts with these analytics and all their stats and all of that crap is just like listening to the weatherman saying it's gonna rain tomorrow. It's a 40% chance of rain. All right. And so let's get to my man, Melo. The dude is a rookie of the year in Australia. And by the way, Australia beat Team USA. That they were the second team to beat Team USA in the Olympic scrimmage games. So it ain't like he was coming from a place where there was just a bunch of Rudy poops. No, he played in a league where there was some great players and still are some great players coming out of Australia. And you see that by how they spanked the USA. So we can't say that he just went over there and got a powder puff rookie of the year. No, he went over there and played with some legitimate pros and outdid every rookie in that league coming out. And he did the same thing over here. People debate about Wiseman and whatever, but we know that LaMelo Ball changed the whole dynamic of the Charlotte Hornets team. The Charlotte Hornets team was on nobody's radar until LaMelo Ball came to Charlotte. And regardless of how anybody feel, that's his team. Devontae Graham has to take a back seat. If he really understood what was going on, he would have no problem coming off the bench and being that guy to come in and give LaMelo a rest. That'll be a great role for him, but people gonna have to check their egos in order for this thing to work. You understand? Because you're gonna have guys like Terry Rozier as well. Now, if you have LiAngelo to come up and he can come in for Terry, there's no problem with that. I don't see no problem with that. Having LiAngelo coming in for Terry Rozier or coming in to replace, either that three, well, his spot is the three spot. So that's Terry Rozier's spot. So either two or three, and we know Melo is gonna bring the ball up. He's gonna be that court general. And then you have Bridges, Miles Bridges. Oh my God. That right there is a monster in the making. He's the next DeAndre Ayton. That's all he needs is his opportunity, which is coming this season, I feel. And then you have Vernon Carey. Yeah, everybody keeps sleeping on Vernon Carey and they keep forgetting about Vernon Carey. But Vernon Carey is down in the summer league right now. He's been a beast in the summer league, and all they need is a veteran center on that team to mentor these young big men. This is what's missing on teams right now. They are not having these OG big men on the team to mentor these little young veterans. I mean, these young centers that's coming in the game. And we see what happened whenever you have that veteran presence. You look at the 76ers. Who did they go and pick up? They went and picked up Dwight Howard. What did Dwight Howard do? He taught Embiid. Now, Embiid is kind of soft like Dwight Howard, so I hope somebody come in to give Embiid that dog mentality, that Mamba mentality, because Howard just don't give it. But just the presence of that OG center who's been to championships, who got some rings under his belt, got some experience, that's something that's definitely needed for these big men that they're not getting. Remember, we go back and we talk about Andrew Bynum. Andrew Bynum didn't become a threat and didn't become good until they brought in, who was it? Akeem. No, not Akeem. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. They brought Kareem in to mentor Bynum, and Bynum became a powerhouse of a big man, as opposed to Kwame Brown, who they didn't give that help to, and he suffered. Even though he did go on to have a career, it wasn't what it could have been if he would have had one of those OG big men to mentor him. Mike, yeah, it's good to have Michael Jordan, but Michael can't mentor a big man. That's not his position. That's not what Mike is known for. Mike don't understand being down in the low post banging with big men. They need a big man who can relate to that young dude, and that would have helped him out. But that's far off the subject. I'm getting back on topic. So we talking about LaMelo Ball, rookie of the year in Australia, rookie of the year in the NBA. He came in with all types of doubts and stuff like that, and he proved everybody wrong. And he's gonna do even more. Now, the thing that bothers the league about these boys is this: they don't need the league for much other than to play the game of basketball. They don't need the league to financially support them because they're financially stable, all three of them, because ever since Zoe hit the league, their family has been stable because they made a game plan. Okay, Zoe get in the league. We're gonna get this money. When he get that money, it's gonna go towards this. He gonna invest in this. He gonna invest in that. This is for the boys, for their longevity and for their wealth long term. Okay, so the money that Lonzo invested in his brothers, how do you think those trips to Lithuania and to Australia and all that stuff got funded? Hmm? Because LeVar wasn't like a major corporate guy who made a whole bunch of money off of doing corporate stuff. He was a professional. He was a trainer. That's what his job was, and his wife was a teacher. So they wasn't making millions and billions of dollars to go around and do a lot of this stuff. A lot of it came through funding and donations. And now that Zoe got to the league, now they have the resources available to make the plan of his other brothers coming into the league come to fruition. All right, so now we're looking at all three of the brothers are going to be in the NBA. We have three brothers who are already champions, the Antetokounmpo brothers. So salute to Giannis, salute to Thanasis, and the other brother I don't even know how to pronounce it, so I ain't even gonna butcher your name like that. But the Antetokounmpo brothers, salute. All three of y'all are champions. We have the Holiday brothers; those three brothers, they could do it too. And then we have the Ball brothers. So this is going to be interesting to see. I hope Jordan go ahead and take that gamble and get Lonzo because they have the money to do it. And Lonzo is not going to be greedy because he see the long term. I can take this money right here, right now, so that we can build up a team that is going to bring us that max payout a few years down the road, along with championships. That's the Chino Hill effect. And I'm ready to see it. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm excited to see it. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to get on here and say this morning. All of y'all analysts, y'all need to keep y'all mouth shut about these ball boys, because every time y'all open y'all mouth and say something about them, you end up looking stupid. So it's best to be quiet and be thought to be a fool than to open your mouth and be proven to be a fool. This is your boy D Mac. And like I say, sticks and stones can break your bones, but the word can always heal you. I'm out.